Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another unboxing video, and this time it's Black Francis and 07 to 11, which is a 9 CD box set with copious notes from the man himself. So let's have a look inside the box. This is Black Francis. This is a CD box set, absolutely superb as my journey through Frank Black continues. This is a period of recordings, marks a time when I felt free to write albums or bodies of work that were organised under the banner of a theme or unified concept. Some of the stories are incomplete or they've mutated into each other. It is not always beginning, middle and end with a moral, thanks to the gods. Sometimes they're just flashes of the unexpected. It includes Bluefinger, I can't pronounce that, SVNV, could be fingers, Nonstoperotik, the Golem, Paley Francis, Abbabubba, Live at the Hotel Utah Saloon, and Life at Nijmegen. And I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that. But here we go, I'll show you what's inside. Now this is a box set with a book, CD. So the first that we get the story from Francis talking about himself, giving a bit of context to these records. And then each one, so Bluefinger is CD number 1, we've got all the tracks, and then on the other side here, then we have a overview of the album, and that basically goes through each one. So with each CD, track listings, credits, and then a little paragraph, little essay to give you again some background information and some context. And there's some have got bonus tracks as well. You haven't got the original artwork, but you've got this very well designed feel where everything kind of comes back together. The Golem, which is one I really like. I like them all actually. Paley Francis. So all the same with the tracks, and then a little bit of a background to the album to give you a bit of feel about what the artist thinks about it. Then the live ones, of course. There's more tracks here, but again, still got some background information on the other side. And the last live one, introduction, credits for the whole set, and then the CDs are contained in the latter part of the box set in these very easy to access slip in the pages here. So 9 discs altogether. So that is Black Francis 07 to 11. So that's Black Francis. It's 8 albums, all nearly remastered, and you can see that it's got a 40-page booklet in there as well with lots of explanatory notes from Mr. Black himself, or Mr. Francis himself, whoever he wants to be at this point in time. And I'll explain what I mean there, because I'm not an expert on this musician's output, because as I said, I'm coming in from the reverse order. I'm coming through Frank Black and the Catholics, because the whole idea of music being laid down live onto literally 2 tracks I found really intriguing, and I love the kind of the move from sounds like the Stones, and it sounds like singer-songwriter stuff, then it sounds like pure rock and roll, and I just loved it. So I've now moved backwards in time to Black Francis. So I'm going back to literally 2007 to 2011. Because just reading some notes here, Frank Black, or Black Francis, I'm bound to get tongue-tied here, is actually Charles Michael Kettridge Thompson, born in 1965, an American singer-songwriter and guitarist, best known as frontman for alternative rock band The Pixies. I haven't got to the Pixies yet. That will probably be 2025 knowing me. And we performed under the stage name of Black Francis, and then obviously became Frank Black and the Catholics, etc. There's an album in here that I just want to highlight because I have it separately. And so this seemed a good time to point it out. And this is Paley Francis, which is one of the albums on CD in here. This album came out in 2011. So it's one of the latter ones in the box set. And this is the 2021 reissue. Now, I just wanted to point that out because one of my subscribers on the Now Spinning Magazine Facebook page said, Phil, I love that album. It's equivalent to an American version of Rough Mix. And I've seen Reed Paley open for Frank Black in concert, and I became a fan of Paley's album since. And it's a great, great album. But where this really comes together for me is the live stuff. It's two double live albums, and one of them is just Frank on his own, and the other one is with just bass and drums. But it's absolutely fantastic. I just wanted to say, someone else said to me as well, and I think this is really true. Someone said, this guy is one of my favourite songwriting musicians, and I've got most of Springsteen, Bowie, Neil Young, etc. But Charles Thompson, that's his real name, songs written for the Pixies, Frank Black and the Catholics, and Frank Black Francis albums are where it's at for me. And I can understand that. I'll just read, if I can. This to me sums up the guy. I'd love to actually probably talk to him for the Now Spinning Magazine podcast as well. I really would. And he says here in the introduction of this box set, the period of recordings marks a time when I felt free to write albums. All bodies of work that were organised under the banner of anthems or unified concepts seemed to be able to work faster as well back then. For example, Bluefinger is Herman Brood. Swingers is Demigods. Nonstoperotik is armchair sexual psychology. Maybe more sexual armchair psychology in brackets. The Golem is Jewish mythology. Paley Francis is a previous stone amethyst, or at least in my portion of my songwriting. All of these songs are hammered out with singular directives. Not rock operas, but close enough. As I step closer toward the material, I see the songs revolve around the main themes of religious construct, sexuality, drugs and alcohol, the supernatural, procreation, death, of course, and love, mostly unrequited variety, travelogue, betrayal, obsession, ancestor worship, crime, suicide, art, mostly film and painting in brackets. And I hope for the mystic perhaps also an unrequited type of hope, typical of many songwriters. A hope being as hope is, a hope that just keeps a hoping. Oh, so yeah, a bit stupid, but with a smile. I can't really see anything because this is music. To steal some meaning from the words of German painter Gerhard Richter, music is also two-dimensional. It is flat, but it shows us things that were not there. My efforts here, all the naive glory and car crash failures, have deep lines of intention which more or less follow larger themes listed above, separate from the stories or historical lace within them. Pretty basic stuff, I guess. But it's all pretty basic, isn't it? I did this. What I like about this kind of additional information behind the work of an artist is it opens up another world. And this is an artist that in the 80s, obviously when the Pixies were doing it, as I said, I'm not there yet, I probably would have just rolled over the top of. And it's from listening to the box set of Frank Black and the Catholics that I'm becoming more ingrained and lifting up the lid and going down a rabbit hole with yet another artist that's new to me. But I know to many of you watching this, you're probably far more experts in this musician's output. I'm absolutely loving this. And this is a great set, as you've just seen. It's about 40 odd pounds, I think. But I think it sounds great and I love the live stuff. Plenty to enjoy, and if you're into singer-songwriters, especially observational singer-songwriters with attitude, the Springsteens, Bowies, the Neil Youngs, Southside Johnnies, this is worth a listen. It really, really is. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for listening and watching. Please subscribe, ring that bell, share as much as you like. And remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please take care, keep spinning those discs, and I shall see you all very, very soon.